In this one, we're going to have a look at another new data type, and that is the array. So an array in Go is a collection of items. All items are the same type and they are stored in a fixed specific order. So in this one, what we're going to learn is how to declare an array, how to initialize it with values, how to access and update elements, and how to check the array's length. And once we've done that, set you a little challenge at the end. Okay, so let's start here by declaring an array with 3 elements in there. They will all be strings and they will be book titles. So I'm going to say var books. So we use the var keyword, and then remember we said that arrays are of fixed length, and so for that reason we declare them using syntax like this. We are saying this is an array with a fixed length of 3 items, and those items will be strings. So there we have just declared our first array. So next, let's initialize it with values. And the way we do that is we use the positions in the array. So the array will have 3 positions because there's 3 items, but those positions start at 0. Arrays in Go, like in most programming languages, are 0 indexed, meaning that the index, the first position, is 0, so not 1, 0. So the way we do this is we're going to store a value at position 0. So we say books square brackets 0, meaning the position, and then we just need a book title. So we'll just say go in action, and then we need to do it 2 more times, once for each position. You don't need to watch me type. So here we go. Books 1, the Go programming language. Books 2, learn Go with tests. Now, how about if we wanted to access or update elements? Well, first of all, we'll just access an element and print it out. So again, we're using the format package. We're calling the printline function on there, and then just going to access the first book. So we should see first book, Go in action. Let's go and run this. Go run main.go. First book is Go in action. But how about if we wanted to actually change the title of book 0? The way that we can do that is simply like this. So we say books 0, and in the same way that we initialized it with values, all we do is do the same thing again. Go for heroes. Let's go and print this out. First book, Go for heroes. Okay, now there's all different kinds of things that you can do with arrays, and we're going to come on to that. But for the time being, let's just do something simple, and we'll look at how we can check the array's length, because it might not always be easy and just have 3 items. There could be thousands of items in there, in which case you won't want to count them like this. What you'd want to do is have some kind of function or some easy way of checking the length. So let's see what we can do to get the length of our books array. We can do that using the len function, L-E-N. So we're going to say len, and then we'll pass in books. And so what this will do is, again, we're using printline, but this time it's going to print out the length of books, which means we should see a value of 3. So it will first print that first line, first book, Go for heroes, and then it just prints the length of the array, and that is 3. Okay, and just before the challenge and just for thoroughness, I'll show you how you can actually declare the array and initialize it with values in one step. So we'll comment out that line. The way to comment out a line in Go is just to use these 2 forward slashes, and that means that this line will no longer be read by Go. And then instead, we're going to drop this line in here, and it's sort of wrapped onto another line. I'll just make it a bit smaller for you. So let me just explain what's happening here. We're declaring it with the short variable syntax, but again we're saying this is an array containing 3 strings, and then to initialize it we're using the curly brackets, so opening and closing curly brackets, and then we have our 3 items in there, each one separated by a comma. So we're doing this step and this step all in one go now. So let's comment out these, and our program should still run the same. So let's go and run this. And as you can see, it runs exactly the same. We're doing the same thing, but just differently. Okay, time for our challenge. This should be an interesting one for you. Declare an array that holds 3 integers, 100, 200, and 300. Then what I'd like you to do is print the second number in the array, and then print the entire array. And also, just as a little bonus, I've showed you 2 ways to actually declare the array there. We did it using the var keyword, and we also did it with a short declaration syntax. So why not have a go at doing it both ways? You can do this. Pause me now and give that a go. Okay, so there's 2 ways of doing this. We could do it the first way that I showed you for numbers. It's going to have 3 elements and they're going to be integers. Or we can do it the second way that I showed you, where we declare and also initialize all in one go. And here we're saying numbers is going to be an array containing 3 integers, 100, 200, and 300. And now what we need to do is print the second number in the array. So we're going to say print line. So format print line. We want the second number in the array. Remember, arrays start with the 0 index. So what we would want here is actually numbers 1. That will get us the second element. And then it says print the entire array. So how would I do that? I'd simply print the entire array, and that's totally possible. So here we're just going to say numbers. Okay, let's go and run this. So go run main.go. So then we get 200, and then look how the numbers are printed out when we print the entire array. So you can see they're surrounded with the square brackets because, like I say, this is an array that we are printing out. This is an individual number, an individual item which has been accessed. So we're looking at 2 different types there. Hope you enjoyed that one and had a go at the challenge. Arrays will set us up nicely for the next type that we're going to use, and that is slices, and slices are very commonly used in Go. Let's keep the momentum going. Make sure you subscribed, give the video a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you know a friend that's learning Go, why not share this with them? Let's all learn Go together. I'll see you in the next one.